locker room. Each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and Tim Legler, along with our reporter, Allie LaForce. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. On Saturday, they'll be matching up against Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Monday, they'll be playing against Pascal Siakam and the Indiana Pacers.
And for their matchup with the Celtics, that's going to be one where it would take a lot of errors and maybe a cold shooting night for things to go wrong. They just have that much of an advantage over that team.
And now the opening lineup for Detroit. The forwards are Thompson and Harris. Cunningham is out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Duren in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for the Hawks, the small and power forwards are Reza Shea and Johnson. Daniels out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Porzingis in at the center, filling out the middle. So we have the first leg of the NBA season, Greg, now behind us. The standings starting to come into shape.
Yeah, right now is when you can make sense of wins and losses. Who you play matters so much early on, but things have started here to balance out.
And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively, you gotta love that energy.
Here's Cunningham.
Hey, yo, right here.
Banked in off the glass. Cunningham's got the first points up on the board tonight here for Detroit.
Yeah, Cunningham is not shy about mixing it up down low. He's got a great feel around the rim.
Pass to Reza Shea. Stolen by Thompson. Here's Cunningham. That's in, coming off the assist from Thompson. Cunningham's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And now they are just going to keep riding that momentum with the hot hand.
Now here's Porzingis, and the Hawks can't hang on to the ball. And in the building tonight, Robert Duchesne showing his support for his hometown team.
Originally from College Park, Georgia, in 2019 he purchased an ownership stake in the Hawks G League squad. The College Park Skyhawks, clearly he loves this franchise.
Here's Cunningham, averaging around 27.5 points a game, one of the best in the league. Rebound by Alexander-Walker.
Well, give the defender credit. Sometimes it's enough to force the miss.
Pass to Porzingis. 9 feet out. Duren pulls it in.
How about that hard-nosed D in the paint right there? Nice job.
Bringing that intimidation factor. I love it.
Inside. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
Now, here's Cunningham. On the wing, Harris. He's guarded by Johnson. And that one, good.
And the combination of his quickness and soft touch around the rim really allows him to pull off shots like that. A lot of players don't have the reverse in their arsenal.
Reza Shea with it. He's covered by Thompson. Back to Alexander-Walker. All right, legs, follow me here. You look at the rise of teams like Detroit. There's a lot to be said for having young legs.
Well played, Kevin. Well played. And look, today's game exacts a physical toll. And if you think of it, that's especially true when you're playing a team like the Pistons. They play fast and they hit hard.
And he knocks down the first one. And he makes the first but misses the second. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, the Atlanta Hawks this summer, adding free agents Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Luke Kennard, this team is now possessing a stacked wing rotation. And with this infusion of playmaking and shooting, guys, they could be pretty tough to deal with now.
Wow, a team to be reckoned with. All right, Shams, we thank you for the report. Three-pointer, Daniels, rebounded by the Pistons. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Atlanta.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
Well, they gave us great matchups a year ago. Hopefully, that's the case again now. That's a great look. His teammate was on the move, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Jalen Duren is certainly a force, Tim, in this NBA. He's a nightly double-double.
Well, he looks like a bouncer at a nightclub, but you forget how young this guy is. If he keeps improving like this, Kevin, he has a chance to be one of the premier bigs in this league.
I was going to say the same thing about you, but I'll call you a Greek god as opposed to a bouncer in a bar. How's that?
I much prefer the Greek god description.
In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of their starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
It's deflected. It's stolen by Johnson. And out of bounds, the Pistons will take it. A moment now to check out some numbers for Jalen Duren.
And guys, I think the grind of the season is catching up with him a little bit. It comes across in his rebounding numbers. Over the past 5 games, they've taken a tumble. He seems to be wearing down a bit. Maybe tonight, though, he can get his legs back under it.
Now, here's Cunningham. He has 6. Here's Harris. The rebound by Johnson. The Hawks trail by 6. Outside Daniels. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Johnson with a screen on Thompson. And then Johnson with the dunk.
Well, he is a very mobile 6'9" wing, and Johnson is showing you he's a perfect pick-and-roll partner.
Outside Robinson. Buries it from three-point range.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Pass to Rizichet. Here's Alexander Walker. As you can see from his numbers, he's been a key component in their offense. He's averaging almost 18 points a game. Shot clock at 5. Johnson sends the screen for Daniels. Some solid defense from Harris. Detroit leading by 7. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
I caught up with Quinn Snyder. Much of our discussion centered around Cade Cunningham. He said that's their catalyst. They look to him to control the pace, to read the defense, and to make the right basketball play, which he usually does. He is very tough to neutralize. Back to you.
All right, Allie, thank you for that. Pass to Rizichet. Johnson with a screen on Thompson. Here's Rizichet. He's covered by Thompson. And that one's good. Rizichet.
Got to get out on that if you're the defense. This rookie Rizichet can really do damage from the perimeter.
And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That is his first foul of the game. And here's Harris from the arc.
And despite that miss, a strong start for them offensively.
Misses that one. He's made 1 and missed 2 this game so far. Back to Rizichet. Locked loose and stolen by Thompson. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
That is aggressive work inside by Harris, a veteran forward who understands how to get to the line.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Pistons.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
And I like how they've played defense, turning turnovers into points. Those are huge.
And after years of disappointment, the Pistons, Tim, finally seem to have put it together.
And I think the key for them has been blending in the right amount of veteran leadership with their emerging young players. And I'll tell you what, this team still has a lot more upside.
And Harris drops them both. And a shift in the front office for the Atlanta Hawks this past summer. Tim, what do you think might have led to that pivot?
Well, Atlanta has missed the playoffs for 2 straight seasons, but their young pool of talent is demonstrating they've gotten some of these right.
Rizachet with it. He's covered by Thompson. 6 to shoot. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Asar Thompson.
Looking like your classic wing. Zachary Rizachet is 6'8", long, and can hit threes. A real modern swing man.
First free throw is good. Rizachet has done a lot to quiet the doubters after being the #1 overall pick in 2024.
Well, in a draft without a lot of star power at the top, the Hawks took the kind of prototype wing you can't have too many of, and he has made good on that pick.
Rizachet's hit them both. And this young Pistons team, GA, you and I love them, building around toughness.
Yeah, offensively, attacking the paint, defensively, where they are engaged. And they'll send you to the foul line quite a bit, but it's a product of that hard-nosed style.
Well, what a steady presence offensively and a very difficult player to game plan for.
Pass to Cunningham. And now here comes Daniels. Leading the break. Here's Rizachet. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Rizachet has got 9.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Harris outside. Here's Cunningham. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
Now, whatever he's doing, it's working. He's already 4 of 5 from the field.
The Hawks working the ball around. Back to Alexander Walker. Daniels from outside. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And that's a really important shot for Daniels. This team needs him to shoot the ball with confidence.
Cunningham outside. Here's Thompson. Johnson with the rebound. And it's the Hawks' ball. They're on a 12-4 run. Rizachet in Atlanta again with the bucket.
The shots are falling, and he is making it look easy.
So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Indiana Pacers. Duren sets the screen for Harris. And it's Thompson with the jam.
Gotta do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
Pass to Rizachet. Porzingis with a screen on Thompson. Out to Porzingis from outside the arc. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Cunningham looking it over. Pass to Harris. Over Johnson. Rebound by Johnson.
Yeah, this quarter has just been a struggle for him offensively.
Now, Alexander Walker. Now Porzingis. Kicks it out to Johnson. The 3. It's hauled in by Harris. And so it's Harris who will bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Trailing by 2. Wasted no time on that one. Thompson's got 5.
If he develops a consistent three-point shot in his first few years, Thompson's going to be scary.
Daniels with it, guarded by Robinson. Daniels passes to Porzingis. 6 on the shot clock. Beyond the arc. Doesn't get it to drop for him.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And now here comes Daniel, leading the break. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Atlanta.
I mean, they've come out aggressive defensively, getting into them and coming up with some cookies along the way.
Well, don't forget about their scoring in the open floor. They've been getting a lot of production on their break.
And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. With a completely new group on the floor. A different look here for Detroit. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You look at Detroit. They hold the first place spot in the conference just right where they want to be. They've got momentum. And, of course, there's the Hawks, a couple spots below.
Well, right now for the Hawks, they've been taking no prisoners here in the early part of the season. It's been a very fast start and a lot of focus for this group.
Yeah, coming into the year, they were certainly one of the favorites, if not the favorite, and they have not disappointed.
And all-around threat, LeVert is skilled at sizing up defenses and exploiting them in that pick and roll.
Here's Wallace. That one's in, his first shot this game.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And Jenkins kicks to LeVert. Pass to Holland. Out left to the wing. The shot by Stewart with no one around. And the first shot of the night for him missing.
They've been beating them to a lot of those loose balls and rebounds here to start.
To the left wing. Here's Newell, defended by Jones. Let's go. Newell can't get it to go. The Pistons trailing. Jenkins the pass to LeVert. Lets it go from deep. Can't hit that one. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Hawks lead by 2. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how Atlanta is doing, your thoughts?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
Everybody in this league wants to run, but not everybody has the personnel to do it. This is a great start.
So with Johnson on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. We've got Okongwu. Luke Kennard out there with Wallace. Then there's Newell, and it's Krejci in at the 3 spot. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Kennard for 3. And the rebound goes to the Pistons.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the 3.
Stewart with a screen on Kennard. LeVert the pass to Holland. Here's Jenkins. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead button. The Hawks leading. Wallace outside. Here's Krejci. Still without a basket. Stolen by LeVert. And here we go with Jenkins running it up the court. And Holland gets it to go. And it's all knotted up.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Kennard kicks to Wallace. Takes the three. Green with the rebound. And, well, Detroit shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. The Atlanta Hawks coming to this one after the win against the Suns.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
And the fact that they did all of that on the road was really impressive.
Now, here's Kennard. He can't hit that time. Great D that time from LeVert. Quarter two and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Green with a screen on Kennard. From the arc. Back to LeVert. Jenkins with it. A 26-point game for him in the win against Indiana. 2 on the clock. Second chance shot. Stewart misses. Atlanta's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Kennard kicks to Wallace. To the middle. In the corner, Kennard with it. Drains it from beyond the arc. Kennard's got himself on the board with 3 there. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scorers do what's called hunting. Looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defender.
Both teams will make substitutions. Well, so much great defense has come from the shooting guard position over the years. And here's a rundown of the players wreaking havoc at that spot this year. Second is Dyson Daniels.
And both the hand speed and general quickness of the players on that list are outstanding. Those are the qualities you need to be an effective perimeter defender.
Well, you better be aware and alert if you've got the basketball against these guys, because they're always looking to make a play.
Here's Holland. Looking at his numbers, he averages a bit over 9 points a game. Alexander Walker with the ball. Stewart on him. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
I really like when Johnson is finding his own offense like this, particularly when he's that close to the basket.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Hey, the Hawks are trying to involve everyone to take some of the load off Trae Young. Coach Quinn Snyder said, "We've been intentional about that. Trae can't do this by himself, and he knows that. Frankly, no player can. Figuring out the ways he can be efficient has been the idea, and he's been making those plays." Kevin, back to you.
Okay, Allie, thanks. Pistons trail by 3. Tim, what a ride it's been for sharpshooter Duncan Robinson.
Well, there is no doubt about it, Kevin. He's the only player ever to take part in both a men's Division III and Division I championship game. Then, after going undrafted, he goes on to start in the NBA Finals. He has really come a long way.
On the wing, Johnson. And a wide open look for Daniel. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
And stolen by Okongwu. Here's Alexander Walker, guarded by Robinson. The shot from the low post is good. Alexander Walker's got the lead up to 8 now for the Hawks. Cunningham passes to Stewart. Hollins kicks to Cunningham. Pass to Robinson. Shoots over Alexander Walker. And again, it's the Pistons missing. Here's the Hawks with the ball. Big stretch here going 10-2. A 3-ball. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. 11-point game. And so the timeout here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's ready to talk things through with them. They defeated Indiana in their last game.
And in that one, the backups came to play. Gave the team an infusion of points that just put them over the top.
Well, the bench changed the game. What a shot in the arm to this offense. That second unit was incredible.
He's checked in for the Hawks. Duren, he's checked in for the Pistons. So it's Detroit now. They trail by 11. Here's Holland. Outside Robinson. Shot clock at 6. Nice ball movement by Detroit. Nailed from three-point land. Cunningham's got 11.
And look at how he's evolved from his rookie year. Cade is so much more confident in his three.
Pass to Rizachet. Here's Johnson. Oh-ho!
Unreal.
And that one is hammered home.
And Johnson giving these fans a show.
And another look at that last play with the AT&T connected cam. Pistons trail by 10. Cunningham finds Duren. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That is his first foul of the game. Porzingis is checked in for Okongwu. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Harris is checked in. Thompson dishes to Cunningham. Porzingis with the rebound. The Hawks leading by 10. Pass to Rizachet. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 3 assists now in this one.
And Rizachet is having himself a game. Everything is coming together for the young fella.
Now here is Harris. And he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. Porzingis with the block. Atlanta's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown. Porzingis sets the pick for Rizachet. Offline with his 3.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
And Tim, the improvement for the Detroit Pistons keyed by acquiring veteran floor spacers. You must like that aspect, am I right?
Yeah, I love that, Kevin. The fact that they have a star offensive player and they went out and added guys that can create more space for their best player and also have become a great defensive team.
Yeah, textbook positioning there for Porzingis. Once he's established it, he's going to have the advantage and able to finish that one above the rim.
Now here is Harris. Outside Robinson. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Cunningham. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. The Hawks leading by 14. Johnson outside. Back to Alexander Walker. Deflects the pass and stolen by Daniels. Riza with it. Duren picks him up. Now Riza he had a 15-point outing in their last game against Phoenix. Fires the 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Here's Thompson. Lays it up off the glass. Thompson's got 7.
An explosive player. Thompson has serious leaping ability, and that comes in handy around the basket.
And stolen by Thompson. Goes up. Wow, what a play!
Unbelievable!
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
Here's Alexander Walker. Covered by Cunningham. Alexander Walker passes to Porzingis. He gets it in there. And that's 11 points for Porzingis.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
On the wing, Harris. We've got 1:48 left in the first half of the game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Tim, in your career, you played at every level of basketball, pro and college and before. What's the single biggest change in your mind as far as professional basketball outside the NBA?
Well, Kevin, I think globally the level of play has just risen dramatically. There's a much greater belief now that you can actually make it to the league even if you're playing outside this country. And then the G League has created a much more streamlined path for those who want to work their way into the league.
G League has been terrific.
Sure has.
And Harris drops them both.
And that's why you don't want to foul a guy like him. He is going to make those free throws.
Johnson sets the screen for Riza. And the dunk by Riza.
Yeah, if you give Riza a chance at the rim, he's going to make you pay.
Harris outside. There's 1:17 left to play in the first half. Cunningham's shot is off.
Nothing going his way this quarter offensively. Time to recalibrate.
Porzingis with a screen on Cunningham. Left side, Porzingis. Clock at 6. Johnson outside. Here's Alexander Walker. Rebounded by the Pistons. 40 seconds left to play here in the half. Now, here's Cunningham. Defended by Alexander Walker.
And that is playing big down in the paint. Duren focused and flushing it home.
Outside Daniels. The Hawks working the ball around. Porzingis sets the pick for Riza. Shoots the 3, and Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Riza. Riza has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Takes a step back. Cunningham left side. And it is good at the buzzer. Wow!
resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
That's just a great play on his part with the clock winding down.
And that does it for the first half of play. Hawks on top. They lead by 11. Now let's check in with Allie LaForce on the sideline. What do you have for us, Allie?
I'm here with Coach Quinn Snyder, and Coach, you're getting stops in the first half. What do you attribute to that?
Well, we're playing hard, scrambling, picking up our effort, trying to be precise and disciplined and talk, and we're not resting on our laurels at any point.
Hopefully you can remain active on the defensive end in the second half. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Allie. Much appreciated. Halftime now, and we'll be back to get the third quarter underway in just a moment.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
This is where you pile up wins and move up in the standings. These can be trap games as well.
And that goes to your leadership, man. Good leaders keep you from playing down to your opponent.
And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Atlanta Hawks.
Gotta appreciate the way they're moving the ball. The offense is flowing like my rap game. When you bring the right beat, you know my name.
You know what? It is a debate. Were you a better rapper or you're a better DJ as you are today?
Now that's me, Kenny, DJ EJ. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Zachary Rizashea has been, in a word, sensational.
And guys, we saw just how tough he can be with the step to the rim. Great job of just attacking that first half.
Nothing in this league more difficult to defend than a well-timed weak side cut.
On the floor for Detroit, Harris steps in at the 4 with Duren at the center spot. Cunningham is out there with Duncan Robinson. And it's Thompson in at the small forward. Count it, and the Atlanta lead has been cut down to 9 in the bucket from Harris.
Yeah, Harris has that big, strong frame, and he knows how to overpower even tight defense.
Johnson with a screen on Thompson. Rizashea with it, working on Thompson. Porzingis can't hit.
And that leaves his coach scratching his head because you can't get a better look than that.
There's the lob to Duren. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Yeah, catch and flush in one motion. Duren presents a big target out there.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen. And while we've got a moment, let's check out the best defenses in the NBA. In fourth, the Pistons.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
Pistons trail by 7. Harris outside. Robinson for 3. Porzingis with the rebound. Atlanta shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. Alexander Walker finds Johnson. Rizashea wide open. No good from outside. For Detroit, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Thompson passes to Cunningham. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Dyson Daniel.
And what you respect about Cade Cunningham is that he puts his team on his back. He does everything he can to deliver whatever they need.
That one is off. You know, Tim, one thing you hear about Cade Cunningham is his leadership skills.
Yeah, Kevin, he is very mature and unselfish. While this team definitely revolves around his play, he doesn't make it all about himself, and that is the difference.
And he sinks the second. Hey, Tim, if you could start a franchise with one player not named Wembanyama, who would you select?
I think I'd go with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander right now. When you look at his age, combined with the fact that I believe he is the single toughest individual cover in the NBA, he can just collapse defenses at will.
That is so well said. Would you pick a position or the player? How would you discern between those two thoughts?
I think the key for me is I want to take a guy who's going to make the decisions for me with the basketball in his hands. When you have a ball-dominant league with stars controlling the action, I want that one guy who I know I can pencil in high-level production every night. What athleticism from Daniels on that slam.
Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Cunningham kicks to Robinson. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Hammers the alley-oop through.
I think the rim could be 12 feet off the ground, and Thompson could still go get the lob.
Here's Shai. 15 points in the game. Porzingis sets the pick for Shai. Outside, Porzingis fires for three. It's hauled in by Harris. Harris has got his fourth rebound in this one. To the paint, Duren, and Duren slams it in.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Pass to Porzingis. Takes it from 10, off the left rim and out. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. Just 4 points. That's all they've given up here in the second half. Now here's Thompson. 11 points in the game. Porzingis with the steal. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Daniels. The Hawks working the ball around. Chalk up 2 there. And that's now 18 points for Porzingis.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Harris. And it's good, 2 points.
And difficult to convert in the face of that kind of D. Harris isn't afraid to take the tough shots. It never has been.
Shai with it. He's covered by Thompson. To the inside. It's stolen by Harris. Cunningham outside. Back to Harris. Cunningham outside. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And a moment here to see the numbers for Thompson. He's putting up about 14 points tonight, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's also a bit of a stopper defensively. They put him in, and their defense really tightens up.
And that's such a valuable tool for this team. His defense can really shift the momentum.
And that one misses.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
He hits the second from the line. The Hawks leading by 5. Johnson outside. Pass to Shai. Here's Alexander Walker. Covered by Cunningham. 4 on the shot clock. There's the 3. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good. Pistons trail by 5. Cunningham's shot is off. And now let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks. Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talked about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those." Back to you guys.
Okay, Allie, we thank you. Here's Duren. Porzingis with the rebound. Porzingis has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Alexander Walker with the ball. Cunningham's there. Alexander Walker with the ball. 6 points for him. And it's Shea missing. Thompson with it. He's picked up by Shea. Thompson passes to Cunningham. Thompson sets the pick for Cunningham. Down low. Here's Duren. And Duren slams it in.
Well, Cunningham is confident running these sets. He just knows how to break down the defense.
Now, Shea. 15 points in the game to stop the drought. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
That's great shot selection, just poor execution. If you're going to take those mid-range shots, you've got to knock them down.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Atlanta's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. Atlanta making a switch here. Okongwu's checked in. And a switcher also for Detroit. Karis LeVert's checked in for Cade Cunningham. Here's Shea. He's got 15. A shot by Alexander Walker, no good.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Harris inside, headed by Porzingis. For the lead, Porzingis with the block.
And there was a time when Porzingis was good for several rejections at the rim like that per game. Most would-be scorers have learned that about him.
And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for the Hawks.
A high-effort brand of defense has been paying off for them in this one. They've managed to either block or alter a ton of their opponent's shots.
I've been really impressed with how intense their defense has been. They are picking up steals left and right, which is disrupting their opponent's rhythm.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Duren against Okongwu. 5 on the clock. Screened by Porzingis. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. And let's take a moment to show you the NBA's best rebounding teams over the last 10 games. 5th on the list, the Pistons.
What a show of strength in terms of rebounding. I mean, they've really controlled the glass here of late, playing with some extreme physicality.
Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Hawks. And the Pistons making a change here as well. Stewart's checked in for Duren. Harris against Porzingis. LeVert from outside. Porzingis with the rebound. The Hawks leading. You know, Tim, regardless of where he's played, Caris LeVert has always found a role.
Well, there's a lot to like, Kevin. He can defend as well as create offensively, and that means he's going to be in your rotation.
For Detroit, they have gone 7 of 9 from the free throw line tonight.
Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. Defensive tone setter, that's Asar Thompson. He shadows his man with relentless determination, but his game right before his 10, don't you think, is expanding in every way?
Oh, he's got immeasurable impact defensively, blocks, steals, deflections, always a disruptor. He's still a little bit foul prone, but I think as he starts to get a reputation in this league as an elite defender, he is going to be scary.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Pass to Okongwu. Now, here's Kennard. Atlanta needs to get off the shot here. The Hawks again can't hit.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Back to Harris. Stewart is screen. And it's Harris off the drive. Pass to Stewart. No luck that time in the shot that would have put them on top. Here's Alexander Walker. Guarded by Robinson. Now Porzingis. It falls for basket number 9 from the field. He's taken 14 shots to get there.
Keep getting it to this man. I mean, once Porzingis catches fire, there is no putting that out.
Stewart finds Robinson. Now here's LeVert. He has yet to score. Atlanta with the rebound. Okongwu's now got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. In the corner, Kennard with it. The shot's good on the assist by Daniels. Daniels has got 4 assists now tonight.
Love that look there, locating his teammate and creating an easy basket.
Now, here's Thompson. He's got 12. On the way, Harris. Guarded by Porzingis. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Kennard against Stewart. Kennard with a screen on Robinson. Alexander Walker. Rebound, Detroit. Outside Robinson. Pass to Stewart. And that one, good. Stewart's got his first bucket of the night.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Offensive rebound. Porzingis finds Daniels. And here's Kennard. And again, Atlanta with the triple.
And that's a great read. Daniels not trying to do it all by himself. He kicks it out for the 3.
Three-pointer, LeVert. And the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Atlanta Hawks with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. They're shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. And we'll be right back after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Well, coaches love unselfishness, and this is exactly what they're referring to.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this 4th quarter promises to be a good one. Okongwu is out there with Newell. Then there's Wallace. Then it's Luke Kennard. And it's Johnson in at the small 4. So that's the Hawks 5.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Stewart, a screen for LeVert. Over Kennard. Rebounded by the Hawks. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds now in the game. In the corner, Wallace with it. Back to Johnson. Pass to Newell. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Another 3 for Atlanta.
And those aren't the type of three-point opportunities that you can allow in the NBA.
A little over a minute of the fourth quarter gone right now. Cunningham for 3. The rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got 8 rebounds in this game. Wallace outside. Johnson, the pass to Okongwu. Pass to Kennard. Fires the 3. Nice pass. Right under the rack perfectly for the layup. Okongwu's now got the lead up to 14 now for Atlanta. It's LeVert on the wing. There's the steal. LeVert against Kennard. Wallace outside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
Well, you have to love the execution, and you have to love the relentlessness.
And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. He's checked in for Atlanta. Duren, he's checked in for the Pistons. Stewart passes to Cunningham. And here's LeVert, guarded by Risache. 6 on the shot clock. Hollins kicks to Cunningham. Looking to end the run. Detroit, no good that time either.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Yeah, it's just time to settle everything down. Get high percentage looks and then D up.
And Risache, the bucket on the assist by Wallace.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
And here's LeVert. Pass to Duren. Here's Cunningham. Over Okongwu. Cunningham gets the bucket.
And providing the score, boy, they need it. That stops a 12-0 run by Atlanta.
Wallace with the ball. And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That's foul number 2 for him. Fourth quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by. Okongwu with the screen for Kennard. 5 to shoot, and Okongwu slams it in.
At this point, I don't know what you can do to slow this team down.
Well, they've gotten the matchup they want every time up the floor, and they have taken advantage of that.
Now, here's Cunningham. It's good. That's 8 baskets for him now. 8 for 15 shooting.
Well, that's the thing about Cunningham. He can carry your offense. Tonight, he's doing it with his scoring.
Kennard on the wing. Johnson against Stewart. Here's Rizachet. And again, it's Atlanta.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to it?
Well, the volume has been there, but so has the efficiency, which is why they're in control of this game.
Now, here's Cunningham. Stewart down low. Johnson on him. Stewart misses. And here's Atlanta. They're on a 16-4 run right now. Rizachet finds Wallace. Now, here's Okongwu. Kennard for 3. LeVert grabs the miss. LeVert's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Stewart. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
A play like that can absolutely take the wind out of your sails. Just a tough break.
So for the Hawks, Porzingis, he's checked in for Okongwu. Daniels comes in for Luke Kennard. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for Wallace. And then for Detroit, Tobias Harris is checked in for Stewart. Asar Thompson comes in for Holland. Robinson is subbed in for Karis LeVert. And we'll have a timeout called by Quinn Snyder. And that timeout by coach was carefully measured, wanting to make sure that everybody is on the same page here. From the inbound, shot's good by Alexander Walker. And the Hawks lead by 20.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
Out to Thompson, trying his luck from deep. It's rebounded by Porzingis, and it's the Hawks' ball. They're on an 18-4 run right now. Now, Alexander Walker. Rizachet finds Porzingis. The three-pointer, no good.
No, he made a couple of shots early, but since the half, he just can't seem to find his rhythm.
Porzingis against Cunningham. Pass to Duren. The kick out to Cunningham. Clock is at 3. Over Porzingis. Here's Duren. And he battles for the ball and gets the second chance bucket.
Good luck dealing with Duren on the offensive glass. That's just an outstanding job staying with the play.
Alexander Walker passes to Porzingis. defense that time from Duren. Pistons trail by 18. Out to Harris. The Pistons working the ball around now. The Trae. Atlanta with the rebound. Johnson outside. Pass to Rizachet. Back to Johnson. Johnson with a screen on Cunningham. Alexander Walker. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
And they're winning this game despite his difficulties at the offensive end.
Johnson outside. Pass to Rizachet. Johnson sets the screen for Rizachet. And the dunk by Rizachet.
And that kind of defense ain't going to get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
Not the greatest effort there defensively, and he took advantage.
Now, here's Cunningham, and the officials will call the illegal screen right there. One thing we see sometimes, players opting to represent themselves when it comes to signing a contract. In other words, Tim, they don't have an agent. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think most players, Kevin, understand that the numbers are pretty set, particularly for the superstar. If you know you're going to get a supermax, why not keep more of what you make? Why pay an agent?
That's a good point. Here's Harris following the three by Atlanta. There's the lob to Duren. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. Johnson finds Rizachet. Back to Johnson. Three-pointer, Daniels. That's in, coming off an assist from Johnson. Johnson's got his fourth assist with that last one here tonight. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. And J.B. Bickerstaff has called a timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throw? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
Pass to Djorcic, stolen by Robinson. And now here comes Robinson leading the break, pushing it up. Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Okongwu. Here's Krejci. Now here's Kennard. He's covered by Thompson. Fires from deep. Another three for Atlanta.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
Well, they are hunting deep shots, but they'll take the layup if you give them one.
Now here is Harris. There's the lob to Duren. And Duren slams it in.
He's done a great job filling up the box score, but so far it just hasn't been enough. He needs help.
Pass to Djorcic. 1:27 left in the game. Shot clock at 6. Shoots. It's hauled in by Harris. Detroit has gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will, and you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Hawks.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Rizier.
Well, he had a lot of success making plays for his team and breaking down the defense.
Here's Newell following the bucket by the Pistons. Kennard for 3. Duren pulls it in. Outside Robinson. Inside. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Duren. Here's Wallace. And so Atlanta takes this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game.